Hello nerds, today we're playing something very different, Windrose. It's a brand new video game that came out on Steam as a demo and it is amazing. It has 6,000 players playing right now, which is amazing. And it is basically pirate survival, kind of Souls-like with the combat, stamina, management and some bosses that it has. We're not gonna see them in this video sadly. And it has the capability to become a co-op video game through the networks, so that is pretty amazing. So let's check it out and remember to subscribe if you like what you see. Oh, we're such a Chad. We're such a Chad. We have our saber with us. I mean, I explained it at the start, but yeah, basically this is a survival game. What are we supposed to be doing? I guess we're building a bonfire. Yeah, we're building a bonfire. So in order for this video to not be 30 minutes long, I have to say this. This game is like holy mayonnaise on titties. It's amazing, alright? But the tutorial, the demo is built so wrong. This is so wrong. I really hope that the game does not start off like this. Actually, the introduction, I did not show it for spoilers, but the intro, it was very cool. It was like a drawing thingy and it was amazing. But when you actually play the video game, holy guacamole, man. Fuck me sideways and call me Susie. This is awful. This is truly awful. Because it starts off normally and it's like build this, build that, build the other thing. It's amazing. But then it's like, alright, now build a sword, for example, and the clothing and stuff like that. And those get so boring to do and so sluggishly slow. It's amazingly bad. I'm just gonna give you this one example, alright? To build a sword in a pirate game, I tell you, I'm waggling my finger towards the ceiling and saying that you need the following. First of all, obviously you need some kind of metal. To get some kind of metal, you need to mine ores. That's pretty normal. And then you need it from your crafting station, obviously, to build a furnace. So you build the furnace and you realize that the furnace for smelting ores is not taking fibers, wood and stuff like that as fuel. It only takes charcoal and coal. So you're like, what the hell, man, how am I gonna do that? You need to build a furnace just for charcoal. So basically, now you have the furnace for the charcoal and the furnace for the smelting. So that's pretty ridiculous. So what that means, alright, maybe it does not seem that bad, but think about it. For you to smelt things twice as fast in any other video game, most of them, you just need 2 furnaces, but in this case you need 4 because you need 2 to make the charcoal faster and then 2 to make the actual smelting faster of the ore. So now this has become basically impossible because you need to go around finding clay puddles, and clay in this game is not easily you can find it easily, but it's not that much. Basically a thing from one average clay puddle thingy, you can build 2 furnaces, so you need to go around the map and do that again. And in my experience, on my whole session, it did not replenish itself, so I had to find new ones over and over. So that is just for the sword, right? That is just for the sword, and it is not fun. It is not fun at all. And the whole game is like this, and the tutorial basically makes you do all these things, or the demo, the thingy, tells you to do all these things, and it's awful. And later on we're gonna talk about the other quests. You're gonna see it's basically a bunch of convoluted shit. Anyhow, the game is really fun though. Oh yeah, also at some point in all this, the guy from the start, the doctor, came along to the camp and he was like, yeah, now we need some people and you need to find a boat and all those things. And it was quite amazing, something new had happened. I was really ecstatic at that moment. We got the quest, I need a bigger boat and rescuing the crew. And it was very far away, it was basically on another island, so I was like, okay, wait, what do you need to do here? So I went to test on swimming, which went like this. So yeah, once your stamina depletes, you basically start drowning, which basically means that you deal damage slowly and all that great stuff. And also at that time I got a notification that I can, call my boat whenever I want to sail to the quests. But I was like, okay, I saw on the crafting table thingy that you can build better tools. So I'm like, alright, let me go to the cave and do that real quick. No, that was a horrible idea. That took way too long because like I think 6 copper ore is 1 copper. So that was a whole mess of a thing. So I'm like, alright, let me see what else I can craft. And after, realizing that I'm not doing anything, dude. This takes so much time. This is way too grindy. I just, accepted my fate and just sailed to the other islands with basically nothing new on my inventory, which is fine, but I'm just saying. Oh, look at this specimen. Am I right, boys? Subscribe for that. This is amazing. This is a vessel, if I've ever seen one. Alright, so two things need to be said here. First of all, this game looks gorgeous, alright. My graphics were, I think, on low. I realized that after recording, so yeah, my graphics were sadly on low. If I make a next episode, I'm gonna put them on as high as I can with my PC not, destroying itself. But this game looks gorgeous. And the second thing is that this boat, goddammit, it's so slow, man. This boat is extremely slow, like Jesus Louise, man, Jiminy Christmas. This is like deadly amounts of slow. It took me 10 minutes. I mean 9 minutes and 40 seconds, but it took me 10 minutes to get to the other island. And I've heard of people that this is not a randomly generated map, which means that the developers actively knew that it would take you about 10 minutes to sail to the next island. God damn it, dude. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It was so slow that I started watching YouTube. I'm not even lying. I just started watching YouTube. This was insane. Alright, so the fact that I died means that I spawned on my tent, which is all the way back at the starting island. Jiminy Christmas, holy shit, pull my titty and call me gay. What the fuck just happened? Alright, so also let me just give a little bit of insight to the gameplay of this glorious, truly beautiful video game. So the combat. Once you understand it, it's actually extremely easy, but it is very slow, at least in the early game. I imagine, later on it's gonna be very fast paced and stuff, but in the beginning it's extremely slow and extremely tedious. The main part was that I thought that I had way more reach than I had, which, okay, this is a thing that you get used to, and that when you lose stamina you cannot even jog, not sprint, you cannot even jog, you start walking around, which is an extremely vulnerable position to be at. So basically, in case you did not notice, this game has basically a couple of blocks that you can have per encounter, basically. And I mean, obviously you can disengage and recharge them back, but per fight you have 3 blocks, and maybe more the better the weapon it is. And this means that, the combat is very block oriented, but I found out that you basically, what you want to do is basically hit the enemy 2 times, and then, or how many times that the game allows you, before you have just a slither of stamina, and then just dash away, walk a little bit whilst you're recharging stamina, because when you walk away from them they cannot reach you, most of them, and just repeat that over and over again. And I figured that out very fast there, but you can see that I got pensioned in the last second, like they had a pixel of health and I got completely punished for it and completely destroyed. So the only criticism that I have is that the spacing is a little bit awkward, and if you play this game, just be patient with the combat, I guess, as you should be patient with most things in this video game. So you can see that before I even put a foot on the island, I'm searching up for the tent, because that's basically the bed, the sleeping bag, the respawn point. So I'm looking, I need like fibers and wood that I already have, so I run and gather all the materials needed for that, and everything is amazing. I set my spawn point. I then proceed to go once again in the shipwreck and loot the area. Oh yeah, also the reason that we came here are basically for the 2 quests that we previously got, the I need a bigger ship and the crew members one. So this is part of the I need a bigger ship, which basically means that we go around shipwrecks and we see if they're fit to basically recover as our own ship, and this is not fit, obviously. So I reached the next, point of interest, and it turns out that this is actually usable. So after seeing all the materials that I needed, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this right now, let me go and check out the other type of mission, which is basically rescuing the crew. So I went and did that, it was very close to me. So I originally thought that these were friendly people, because I thought like there are castaways, but no. unlucky. At that point I was still, you know, getting used to the controller and stuff. I could not aim really well, and later I learned that, you know, by blocking in the direction that I want to aim it is way easier anyhow. So basically, you know the drill. Thankfully I had set my spawn point, so this was extremely fast to go back to. So to basically skip everything, because this video is gonna be way too long, I had to do this to rescue 7 crewmates in total, and I think it's 2 every time, and sometimes it was 1, but whatever, it was 7, so you know, that was very not fun. Not fun at all. So yeah, after finishing all that, which basically rescuing them meant to just click on the cages after well, just look at this.
They broke bones, not
I'm not sitting in your underwear. The next 1.5 hours of gameplay, real time 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 33 goddamn jizzling minutes. I was trying to rescue those motherfuckers, and then also gather 100 wood, 20 nails and 20 cloths and 20 rope or something like that, which, good golly, it was a nightmare, alright. This took me 1.5 hours, but I mean, I did some other things in between. I went to some ruins, because you need to find caves, you know, to find copper. Otherwise I would have to go between islands, which no, this is not happening. I found a cave, I did all the things, and it was horrendous. Whilst, you know, rescuing the people, there were like chests, and in those chests there was this armor set or clothes set or whatever you want to call it, that you will be seeing me wear. Yeah, no, this was a nightmare. Like, I genuinely, and I know that this is supposed to be a demo, and I genuinely think that this demo should have gone way different. The start was okay, it was fine, but then just give me the ship. Just let one of those NPCs be like, alright, here it is. Fuck you, dude, you are the captain, I guess, whatever, you saved my life and I happen to have a vessel, something like that. Why do I have to build a goddamn ship? This took way too long, and honestly, realistically speaking, the materials were very little, so it doesn't even make sense that you need like 100 planks to make a goddamn ship. But yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, no, this was, just look at this. This is where the good part begins, and it's the ending of the video, which says a lot about this demo. The game is good though, the game is good. Oh yeah, at this moment apparently, I basically gave all the materials for the ship, and I had not rescued 2 people, alright, and I did not know that it was mandatory to save everyone. It turns out it was, because it needed exactly 7 people, so I had to do that, so add about half an hour of gameplay more. Oh my goodness gracious. That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me call this and just look at it up close. And yeah, that felt very amazing. And yeah, you can see everything is super cool. You can see the crew doing a bunch of things. There was you know, another floor, I do not know how you say, the hall I guess, and the deck was pretty cool. The masts were amazing, very tall looking, and then I saw this little button there. Alright, you're probably not understanding what you're watching now, and that was my initial reaction, but ship gear is empty. Holy guacamole, man. This means that this ship does not have anything. This means that this ship does not have a cannon, it does not have reinforcement, it doesn't have anything. And it means that we have to make it. And you know the drill, although we should not talk about it, but yeah, that is an outdated joke. Anyhow, this means another half an hour, because everything needs copper in this game, and copper is deep in caves, and I've basically mined out in the entire cave. It's a mess, it's a whole mess. But yeah, I basically make the upgrades, not every single one of them, I left one out, but I made you know, 2 of the 3 ones. Basically I built the cannon, and then I built the reinforcements, and I could not figure out how to use the cannon, right? I'm guessing, without playing the game any further, I'm guessing that you need to somehow make cannonballs for it to work, because you will see.
Captain, what the hell?
So you can see that the cannon icon is visible there, just like as if it was a weapon and stuff like that, but no matter what I did, it did not appear, so I'm guessing that you need like cannonball supplies or something. Yeah, no, that's it. It just did not work. Yeah, it did not work without any cannonballs or something, I'm guessing. But you know what worked without any cannonballs? The motherfucking B button, which I see some music notes above it, so you know what that means, right? An epic outro. If you reached this far, please subscribe.
Here we go. I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. The ship did green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.